Alright, so let's do this. I have it fresh in my mind. I have a note card with your with the questions that you asked because I'll forget. Then I won't answer the motherfuckers. Anyway, okay, easy ones first. Apartment cleaning for rent. That I asked to do actually because the girl who lived in the apartment before me, she left. She didn't, I mean, the floors are fine, the paint is fine, the carpets are fine, you know, the whole nine. But, I mean, there's microwaves, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Anyway, so that's not the problem. The problem is that she left clothes, she left kids' toys, she left the crib, she left the furniture. So anyway, I'm allowed to keep any furniture I want except for her grandmother's bedroom set. So she is supposedly taking that back with her grandmother's bedroom set, which is fine by me because I don't have a dresser, but I do have a bed and I can acquire a dresser, no big deal. So I'm going to go and clean the apartment because these two people that own the place, I would say they're in their 50s, like mid 50s. They hold full-time jobs and stuff, so it just will be easier for them and it will get me into the apartment faster, so I don't have to pay them rent in the month of April. I want to move the beginning of the second week in April, go up there, spend a week, come back here, spend a week back here, and then go up for the last week in April because my birthday is April 22nd. Yay! So my friend John, my BFF, actually, I told him as of the other day that he is not my BFF because that is not quite good enough. He is my SFF, my soul friend for life. SFF. Not BFF. No. SFF. So anyway, so he is going to throw us a party on the 16th because his birthday was on the 22nd of March, mine is on the 22nd of April, and he hasn't been able to hold a party for himself, so we were going to do both of ours together this year. Anyway, so I was going to go up there probably go up on the 8th, stay until the 15th, come back down here, go to my party, leave the party, spend a week in New York with my friend Patty, if that's okay with her, because what is it? Easter is on the 24th or something like that. So yeah, Easter's on the 24th. So I want to go to my family's house. They live in Connecticut, and I want to go to their house for Easter Sunday because I haven't been able to go. We have all the big holidays are very, very important in my family. Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas. Those three are really important. So usually we have huge dinner for Easter. So I'd like to go to that because I haven't been able to do that for 5 years while I've been in Colorado. So they're not asking me to clean for a portion of my rent. They're going to let me live for free. Whatever days I want to live there, they will let me live there for free in April so that I can move in sooner, and it will take the load off of them to clean the apartment from scratch. I will move in, move all the furniture that I don't want into the third bedroom, which I'm not renting out, but eventually turn it into an office. So that's going to go in there. And they're going to take that furniture and sell it at a tag sale in the summertime. I'm going to keep whatever furniture I want, leave that in the apartment, and set up as much stuff as I can. Then they're going to lend me a motorcycle trailer to bring that back down to Connecticut with me and grab my stuff out of the storage unit. That I will grab all my stuff before the 23rd, so that way I can not have to pay for a storage fee for the month of April. So it all works out. They're not doing it as a requirement. I asked them if I could do it. Job interview, not sure about that quite yet. I had a job interview at a Harley-Davidson in Rhode Island, and fingers, because I'd love to do that, even though I'm a tech, as a trade, I'm a vet tech. I have applied for vet tech jobs in the area, so maybe one of those will come through as well. I want to know what Lesberginity is. Gets that? It sounds like a lesbian who's never had sex before. Hi, Maggie. Have you lost your Lesberginity? That's what it sounds like, right? Lesberginity. Are you gonna be? I am not a lesbian. I tell my best friend, like I tell my SFF, I tell him I am not a lesbian. Get it right. I am a half of a lesbian. I'm a half lesbian. That's it. I'm only half lesbian. I'm not all lesbian. I'm only half. So, I'm only half gay. That's it. Which I don't really care. My best friend, he's gay, so it really doesn't matter to me. I've dated women, I've dated men, I've dated couples, yeah. So anyway, nobody said I was the most moral person on the face of the planet. My grandfather was a Eucharistic minister. My family, I was brought up Catholic. My mom switched to Jehovah's Witness when I was 6, and we were Jehovah's Witnesses until I was about 12, I think. And then, about the time I was 12, and then I became Wiccan for almost 6 years, and then I converted to born-again Christian. And this is really the short and long of it, and people can agree with me or disagree with me, and I don't really care. This isn't about a debate. This is not about arguing with anybody, and not that you would argue with me, Trish, just that, because I'm sure you are very respectful in that area, just as I have been with you, or how I am with anybody, really. The way it works is I think God gave us a brain in our heads. And I think that we all know that the Bible has been changed for the benefit of the church. I'm not real big into organized religion. I would love to go to a church and practice my faith with other people, because I would love to do that. I miss that in my life. But I don't miss the gossip, and I don't miss the drama, and I don't miss the politics in any way, shape, or form. And I refuse to deal with that in order to have my faith and have my God and have my religion. I think that it's absolutely ludicrous. And I, first of all, am nobody to judge anybody, even if I wasn't half gay. I am nobody to judge anybody. That's God's job. That's not my job. And by the way I put it is, Jesus, when he was here, he didn't discriminate against whores. He went and he preached to them. I'm not saying that is even in the same category as homosexuals. I'm just saying that, like, he didn't discriminate against people that that the faith would teach as being immoral. So no matter what your stance is on homosexuality, I just don't see it as appropriate to deal with even something that you don't agree with. Anything, I don't care what it is. I don't see dealing with it in an antagonistic way, saying, you are going to hell, you're wrong, you're evil, what you have no business judging, in my opinion. That's not for me. I can tell you what I believe and why I believe it, and I can talk to you about it. I'm great at debate. In any case, I just don't see a point in doing that. Some of it is some of it you got to take with a grain of salt, and that doesn't mean picking and choosing and saying I like this part and I don't like this part, because there are lots of parts that I don't like, and there are lots of things that I don't do that adhere to the rules and regulations. Premarital sex, homosexuality. And as far as homosexuality goes, a lot of the things in the Bible I disagree with, as far as, not that I disagree with the words, I disagree with the way it's been translated, because if you look at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, the word that was used actually doesn't mean homosexuality. It's forcible sex, like rape. And then on top of that, if you look at 4 or 5, and I can look them up for you, but I don't know what they are off the top of my head, 4 or 5 different supporting verses in the Bible that refer to the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, and in none of them is there mentioned homosexuality. And then there's something else I found, and I'll read it to you. Pardon me. Homosexuality is a sin, and it's in black and white in the Bible. And this person retorted to them on Facebook, and it said, so is not treating your body like a temple, and ladies should have their head covered. And in Deuteronomy, a marriage is only valid if the woman is a virgin, and she should be executed if she is not. And then anyone who commits adultery should be stoned to death. In Mark, divorce is prohibited. I assume for homosexuality you are referring to Leviticus 18:6. You shall not lie with a male as one lies with a female. It is an abomination. A similar verse occurs 2 chapters later in Leviticus 20:13. A man who sleeps with another man is an abomination and should be executed. So, but it doesn't say anything about women. But in any case, Leviticus is a holiness code written 3,000 years ago. It also includes prohibitions against round haircuts, tattoos, working on the Sabbath, wearing garments of mixed fabric. And by the way, the Sabbath is Saturday, not Sunday. Sábado. It is Saturday, not Sunday. That's something else religion has changed over time. Anyway, so is working on the Sabbath, wearing garments of mixed fabrics. So this is probably, I'm sinning, right? I'm sinning right now because I'm sure this is not 100% anything. I also have tattoos, you know, and I've worked on Saturday. Let's see. Eating pork or shellfish. There you go. I'm guilty of both of those. Getting your fortune told. I've been guilty of that before. And even playing with the skin of a pig. There goes football. So, it really, in my opinion, I think that God expected us to use our brains. And I think that there are just laws of common sense. You know, like, you know, it's not my place to tell you you're going to hell, because I'm not God, and I can't send you to hell, can I? I cannot send you to hell, so therefore I have no business telling you you're going there. That's just how I feel about it. And I think that if my God perpetuates love and kindness and sympathy and empathy, and yes, he's angry sometimes, just like anybody's real life father would be, or however you want to say it. And I don't believe it's all about how good of a person you are. I believe that it's believing that Jesus Christ came and died for our sins and all of those things. And I'd be happy to elaborate. I just know that my time is, like, limited. But in any case, like, come on, let's use your brains. Do you think God is going to send me to hell because I got a round haircut, or because I play football, or because I ate pork or shellfish, or worked on Saturday, or have a tattoo? I'm going to hell? Like, who am I to tell you what's going to happen to you or what God will do with you? It's not my place. And as far as I'm concerned, there are lots of places in the Bible, except for this particular one that says, you know, you shall not lie with a male as one lies with a female. A man who sleeps with another man is an abomination. First of all, it never talks about women. It doesn't say homosexuality. It doesn't say, like, it's not good enough for me to tell you you're going to die and God is going to curse you for eternity because of some way you were born. Yeah, and that's not fair to me. And I don't think that God would want me to do that, because Jesus didn't come down here and do that for things they weren't born with, for sins that you know that they weren't born with, that they didn't come that way naturally. You know, like, you chose to be a whore, you chose to kill people, you chose to, and I'm not saying they're the same or that they're better. Those things are way worse than that, and God will forgive you for that. So why, you know, do I think that God made us for women to like women and men to like men? I don't think that's how he originally intended us to be. I don't think that's how he originally intended us to be, but I don't think that now, today, that, like, my best friend needs to be fixed or something, and no, that's how he was born. I don't think that God would want him to be unhappy. I think there are codes written by God to make us happy, because he knows what would make us happy. Like, there's something to be said for not having, you know, premarital sex. Do I have it? Sure I do. You know, I mean, I sin just like everybody else. And I don't think that sin is worse than any other sin or grievance we could have. I just don't. I don't think that it means, like, you're going to die and God doesn't want you to talk to him or be a part of his family, or I just don't. My God wouldn't do that, in my opinion. That's how I see God, and I think God expected us to use our brains and realize that getting a round haircut doesn't mean I'm going to hell. This is just my opinion. So maybe now you understand. If you have any other questions, feel free. But I lost my Lesberginity. A long time ago. Actually, while I was in Colorado, I lost my Lesberginity. That's what that reminds me of. I can't help it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope I made some kind of sense to you. Have a wonderful evening. Mwah!